A crimson vehicle draws near, and this is no random occurrence. This moment has been divinely arranged with precision and purpose. My beloved, still your soul and lean in with your heart. There is a stirring around you that your spirit has already begun to perceive. Though the heavens may have seemed hushed, I have been moving behind the veil with intent and intimacy. This arrival is not incidental, it's the fulfillment of prayers whispered in secret, of tears shed into the night. The person in that red car is not simply a passerby, they are an answer wrapped in human form. I've orchestrated this timing with sacred detail because nothing I author lacks meaning. You've wrestled with uncertainty, questioned whether your petitions reached my ears, but I was aligning events, softening hearts, planting purpose in the unseen. The one approaching carries what your soul has longed for, not just presence, but peace, clarity, and healing sent from my hand. They felt drawn to you in ways they couldn't explain, heard your name in places you never stood, felt your essence long before meeting your eyes. That's not coincidence, that's me. I've whispered your name to them in the quiet, awakening truths they tried to bury. The red car is not just metal and wheels, it's the sign you pleaded for when you said, if this is real, let it be undeniable. I've remembered every word. I've watched you ache with longing for something sacred, for love that holds rather than harms. This is the beginning of that promise. They are not coming to perform, they are coming to reveal, to honor, to share a truth that was forged through fire. They are not flawless, but they are faithful, and they've been refined for this moment. You were never asking for perfection, you were asking for real, holy connection, and now it draws near. I see the tenderness in your chest, the way your heart pulses with anticipation and fear. That tension was never just longing, it was preparation, divine anticipation. The moment and the momentum have finally aligned. You'll feel it the instant they arrive. Not through logic, but in the peace that descends, the stillness that settles when something true walks in. You won't need to chase them, won't need to script the encounter. They are coming to you, not by chance but by calling. You asked me not to let you miss what was meant for you. I took that cry to heart. This is not your imagination. It's manifestation. What you thought were delays were actually designs. Every no was making room for a greater yes. The false starts trained your discernment. The endings shaped your readiness. Now, when you meet them, you'll recognize something ancient in their presence, something eternal. They may hesitate, unsure of how to begin, but their energy will speak louder than words. You'll feel my fingerprints all over this. The inner war will still. The questions will hush. That knock on the door won't just echo in your home, it will echo through your spirit. I was listening when you prayed, please don't let me miss the one. And now, I am fulfilling it in front of your eyes. Do not overthink. Do not control. Simply open. Let your honesty be the offering. They're not responding to your voice, they're answering mine. I called them. I prepared them. I made sure their path would cross yours at precisely this moment. I am not a god of half-written stories. I complete what I begin. And this, my child, is the unfolding. Not more heartache, but healing. Not repetition, but revelation. Not fantasy, but fulfillment. You've been sensing this. In dreams. In restlessness. In glimpses of a hope you tried to silence. It was me all along, preparing you. And now, it's time. This person is not just passing through. They are being placed. This moment is etched into eternity. Do you feel it? That shift in the air, the holy hush of something real drawing near? It's because it is. This isn't an accident, it's a sacred appointment. I did not allow the wrong ones to stay because I was preparing space for the one I designed with you in mind. This connection is not about performance, it's about peace. You don't have to be perfect to be ready. You had to be refined. And you are. You won't recognize them by appearance alone, but by what awakens within you. The calm. The knowing. The way time slows when souls collide on purpose. I didn't bring them to save you, I brought them to see you. Not just who you show the world, but the depth beneath your surface. They'll look at you and see the layers I've cultivated, the resilience I've honored, the spirit I've shaped through seasons of silent transformation. You were not being punished in the waiting. You were being preserved. Protected from premature arrivals. Held for the right hour. Now that it's here, your vision will clear. The scattered moments of confusion will connect. Everything you endured is not wasted, it's woven. You'll thank me for the delays, for the pauses, for the not-yets that now make perfect sense. This is the intersection of preparation and promise. You've become someone who can hold this. Your tears, your silence, your growth, it was all holy ground. While you longed for something to shift around you, I was shifting everything within you. And now, as the external catches up to the internal, it will feel like recognition. You won't need validation. You'll feel the alignment. You won't need to justify the connection. It will carry my seal. No one will need to understand it, because you'll know it in your bones. There will be a moment, whether a glance, a word, a touch, and everything will still. Not out of fear, but reverence. Because when I send love, it comes clothed in truth, not performance. In depth, not drama. In sacred timing, not rushed outcomes. And in that stillness, your soul will sigh, this is it. Not with noise, but with peace. They've walked through fire too. I've refined them just as I refined you. They weren't idle, they were being molded. Their pain wasn't purposeless. Their scars won't scare you. They'll mirror yours, not as wounds, but as wonders, proof that you both survived to meet in this moment. The connection will not demand effort. It will invite rest. And for the first time in a long time, love will feel like home. This is not fiction. This is faith in motion. They'll come not with perfection, but with presence. Not with a script, but with sincerity. This love won't ask you to shrink, it will help you expand. It won't require pretending, it will celebrate authenticity. And when others ask, "How did it happen?" you won't have the words, only the wonder. Because this is not explainable, it's divine. And you, child, are ready. Not just for romance, but for covenant. Not just for companionship, but for calling. This isn't about finally being chosen, it's about stepping into what was always yours. The journey has shaped you, strengthened you, sanctified you. And now, the next chapter begins. Together. Built not on fantasy, but on faith. Rooted not in the fear of losing, but in the freedom of resting. The red car approaches. The knock is near. And when it comes, remember this moment. Return to this word. Let it remind you that I saw you all along. I prepared you. And I never stopped writing your story. This is not just the start of something new, it is the fulfillment of something eternal. So breathe, be still, and receive what I've ordained for you. It's not just love. It's holy. And it's almost here. New. You always knew that the ache inside wasn't empty, it was pregnant with promise. You always knew that what you felt tugging at your chest wasn't desperation, it was anticipation. And now, the longing has a destination. The yearning has a response. The unseen has become seen. And no, this won't be loud in the way the world recognizes noise. It will be thunder in silence. It will be the symphony beneath your stillness, the kind of divine vibration that doesn't shout to prove itself but settles into your bones with sacred assurance. This is not the kind of love that demands fireworks or filters. It doesn't need to announce itself. It is content to simply arrive, to simply exist, because real things don't force their presence, they reveal it. This revelation will unfold slowly, not because it's hesitant, but because it's holy. Holiness doesn't rush. It lingers, it deepens, it roots. And every word exchanged will feel like a bridge being built between two hearts that have waited lifetimes to reconnect. You'll feel a sense of returning, not to a person, but to a place within yourself you forgot existed. You won't be falling in love, you'll be remembering it. Remembering what it felt like to be seen without effort. To be held without explanation. To be chosen without condition. And child, it will be overwhelming, not in chaos, but in clarity. The magnitude of divine design always humbles. It brings you to your knees, not in defeat, but in awe. Because you'll realize you were never waiting in vain. You were being carved out, expanded, prepared to receive a love that is not hurried, not distracted, not fractured by past wounds. You'll find yourself wanting to breathe slower, to move gently, as if afraid to disturb the sacredness of it all. And you'll be right to treat it delicately. Because this love, this moment, this unfolding is consecrated. Set apart. Appointed. You will sense that something eternal is happening in the ordinary. A sacred interruption in your day-to-day, a pause in time where the divine steps through the veil and says, "Now." And in that now, all your doubts will hush. All your internal negotiations about worth and timing and readiness will be silenced. Because when the divine moves, the soul recognizes its cue. Your discernment will sharpen, not because you've been told, but because you'll feel it in your marrow. The way light knows when to rise. The way rivers know where to flow. The way seasons change not by command, but by design. You are in the season of arrival. Of becoming. Of receiving. And this isn't just about romance. This is about realignment with everything that once felt distant. You'll find your voice has more depth. Your prayers more anchored. Your dreams more vivid. This encounter will be the catalyst, but the change? The change is already underway within you. Their arrival is not the start of your transformation, it is the echo of it. Because you have already evolved into the version of yourself that could hold this moment with both hands and not break. The version of you that knows how to rest in goodness without sabotaging it. The version of you that can stand in the presence of love and say, "I am worthy of this." Not because of what you've done, but because of who you are. And when they speak, it won't be poetry for performance. It will be truth for connection. You will hear their pain, not as a burden, but as a bridge. You will recognize their strength, not as competition, but as complement. You'll see the cracks in their armor and smile, not because they are broken, but because they are honest. And you'll know this love is different. Not because it's perfect, but because it's pure. It comes not to fix you, but to flow with you. And that flow will begin to reach into areas of your life that have been stagnant. It will wake up dormant parts of your creativity. It will stretch your courage. It will soften your guard. It will call you higher, not with pressure, but with presence. Their presence. The kind that doesn't need to be loud to be felt. The kind that heals simply by staying. You will start to look at your old prayers with new eyes. And you'll realize that nothing was wasted. Not the waiting. Not the wandering. Not the tears that hit your pillow like silent storms. Every delay had intention. Every detour held direction. And now that you're standing in the manifestation, you will want to go back and hug every past version of yourself who thought it was over. Who thought the promise had expired. But now you know. There is no expiration on what I have ordained. There is no missed moment when I am the author of time. There is only preparation and perfect release. And this is your release. The season where the harvest begins to rise through the soil you once thought barren. The season where your hands, though trembling, are finally ready to hold the weight of what you've prayed for. And they too, the one I'm sending, they have been prepared in secret. Not just with lessons, but with revelation. They've come to understand that love is not ownership, it's stewardship. And they will not come to control, but to care. To nourish. To co-create. You will look at them and know that every closed door, almost every heartbreak that felt like it broke you, was actually bending you toward this alignment. You will not feel the need to pretend. You will not feel the pressure to perform. You will feel the invitation to unfold. Slowly. Freely. Completely. And as you open, so will they. Two souls unfolding like petals in springtime, unafraid of the sun, unashamed of their process. There will be laughter, loud and healing. There will be silence, soft and sacred. There will be moments that feel like time is kneeling before you, honoring the holy that is rising between you. And others will see it, too. They will look and wonder what changed. And you will smile, not with arrogance, but with gratitude. Because now you carry peace, not as a concept, but as a reality. Not because everything is easy, but because everything is aligned. This person, this chapter, this sacred return, it will become a reference point in your life. The moment where the divine became undeniable. The proof that heaven remembers. That timing is not a curse, but a canvas. That you were not forgotten. You were being formed. And now, everything that felt delayed is arriving with divine velocity. Doors are opening. Conversations are unlocking. Visions are expanding. And through it all, your heart is softening. Not because you are weak, but because you are finally safe. And in that safety, you'll dream new dreams. You'll write new stories. You'll birth new purpose. Because this love is not a distraction from your calling, it's a door into it. You were not created to carry your destiny alone. You were created to be seen, to be mirrored, to be challenged and cherished. And now that the reflection has arrived, you will see yourself more clearly, too. You'll walk differently. Speak differently. Pray differently. Not because you're trying harder, but because you're finally walking in sync with heaven's rhythm. And every step forward will feel like a dance between trust and truth. Because, child, the truth is this: I never left you. I never forgot the blueprint. I never once doubted your worth. I've been building this moment since before your first breath. And now that it's here, let your soul receive it without fear. Let your guard come down without shame. Let your heart speak without edit. Because love like this doesn't come to judge, it comes to join. And the joining will feel like justice. Justice for all the times you gave and weren't seen. For all the moments you loved and weren't held. This is your divine recompense. The return for what you sowed in faith. The beauty born from the ashes of old identities, old stories, old wounds. So open wide, child. Open your arms. Open your soul. This is not a guest to entertain. This is a partner to walk with. A presence to build with. A purpose to run toward, not away from. And when the nights are quiet and the world fades out and it's just the two of you breathing the same sacred air, you will remember this moment. You will remember these words. And you will smile in the stillness, knowing the promise didn't just arrive. It came alive.